to continue and eventually maybe finish in the next 4 episodes or so, with the story of the Queen of Beauty. I was thinking of the many people that came into this entourage and offered help, suggestions, their own stories, advice on one subject or another, or some of them were trying to speculate the situation and see how it can profit them. I'm thinking now of this journalist. I forgot his name, and it's even better that way because mentioning it here and on the off chance or chance that 1 in a billion, I don't know, somebody is listening and says, well, look, here's somebody who says you're a villain, you're a lost cause and so on. And then I get a call and I don't know, it's suing me for libel or whatever. And then I have to prove that he's a villain. How do I do that? It's just my opinion against his conviction that he's brilliant, one of the best. I'm pretty sure he went on to associate himself with quite lousy, preposterous, nationalistic, idiotic publications with time. And he was one of those. Plus, a sort of an impresario, but for footballers, or someone called Pushkash, I think. But let's not get into all complete names. And and I remember this odd moment. That's two, in fact. One, I went, or we both went, Queen and Beauty with me, to his flat, which was to the journalist's flat, which was near Chijimichu, to explore how he will eventually probably write about the case, the injustice being made to her, the fact that these people had a sign in order to get the title, and she signed that, okay, I'll be your slave. You see what I mean if you've watched some of the previous episodes. Otherwise, why continue? So anyway, nothing came of it. I don't know if he published anything, and if he did, it had no echo. But not controversial, very dubious, very malevolent and disgusting at one point character. So that was one. And so we went to his apartment once. Another time, which I remember, plenty of things, I mentioned that before, that just went away. And I don't know why these things, for their bad smell, for their unhappiness as experiences. Păi pleacă de acolo, mă, potolește-te, mă! Taking advantage. I'm not looking at him, and he's trying to bring down the house. I was speaking with the journalist and the sports football manager, agent, whatever he was, maybe still is, on Victory Avenue, at the intersection, the crossroads between Dacia and Victory, near a casino. And by the way, incidentally, monument of architecture, one of the beautiful houses in French neoclassical style. I used to take clients on the most important avenue of all, with history, with architecture, monuments, beautiful houses, some palaces. Well, our smaller scale. We don't have the palaces they have in Germany, Britain. That we don't have a Buckingham Palace is something else, but then of course it was built with the money of the king, and it looks more spectacular, and it is on a grand scale for us, and it is comparable in that with not Versailles, but some of the castles you find in the West. And that's where we talked on the street there, and it was, and let's see, and we can do this, and maybe probably they went on to discuss some of their own issues, matters, but I think I was thinking, what am I doing here with these couple of guys that are so different, bizarre, and belong to another world, and what's the point? And something else came to me yesterday thinking about this. The wrong emphasis, the wrong implication in moments like this, and the fact that I should have stayed away from those two people and from this world, because instead of enjoying, instead of having this as a story, as a, not Cinderella, I just spoke about Cinderfella with Jerry Lewis, a comedy, not Snow White, not one of those, but as close as I could in my good old days. Instead of enjoying and taking the positive, the good thing, the romantic, for as much as it was, the rapprochement, the togetherness, the closeness to this Queen of Beauty, or just good-looking girl. Let's forget the title for a while. So instead of taking in all those good moments, which somehow are gone, there's little to talk about, to remember from, I had all this fire and fury when I got involved in the fight with the Bulgarian. There wasn't really a fight because it was down there, it was away, but with a woman from the radio who had the rights, then talking with these, they weren't gangsters, but they were kind of close to good fellas, not the killing type from the movie or the classic, right? But still in Golan, I would say, some hoodlums, some con artists in some ways. Then the lawyer, again, I remember where he had the office for some strange reason, where we went to with Mother, Queen Mother. So she rejected me, but she could use me in such things. But then, again, she was materialistic and interested in. I'm pretty sure she pushed her own daughter to marry that fucked up guy I mentioned before. She would marry a few years after we separated with a guy, I don't know the name, I don't know, but much older, about my age now. I'm just fat. Well, again, she married me, but 30 years ago. I mean, I don't know if he was 20 years older or more, maybe a little less. But this guy proved to be a crook, embezzler. He stole from from banks, from the people, from the taxes, from whoever. A crook, low life, disgusting figure. They have a child together. I mean, the child is, I don't know what, 25 years old now. So, was that better than me? More money? Yeah, sure. But stolen money, it's that. Well, anyway. That was also my fault. I mean, I shouldn't have been so much immersed into this sad part, and for my own good, because it's like I had champagne and caviar, but then for some stupid reason I poured the Coca-Cola in the champagne, and the caviar I had with garlic, what's that, ketchup and some honey. I mean, the result is you lose the taste of caviar, and instead of having only, well, mostly superb, glorious memories, they're quite often shadow marked by meeting with a with a gang, with the gangsters near the casino in the center of the city.